What's up, everybody? It is Sunday, and I'm off to the gym. Come on. I'm gonna laugh so hard if you run that bike over. It's a newer CBR. Kinda look like a Yamaha. It's weird. It's Sunday, and it is miserably hot. On my way to the gym. Getting a better body. Hopefully. It's a long and slow process, but we'll all get there. So I saw Ghostbusters with my girlfriend yesterday. I loved it. Funny. I like the cast. I love what they did with it. I liked all the cameos. All the living cast was in it. Except for Rick Moranis, who has retired from acting a while ago. Overall, it looked really good. The CG was actually really spot on. Everything looked great. I like the evolution of how it is a reboot. It's not really like a remake, or not a continuation, which I thought was kind of funny because of the fact that in the preview it says 30 years ago, 4 scientists saved New York, and now 4 scientists are about to do it again, which makes you think like they pick up the franchise, but they don't. It's just 4 scientists coming together, and they're into the paranormal, and they can't really prove anything, and then somebody starts making these ghost amplification machines to break a wall between our plane of existence and Ghost's plane of existence. So they start showing up, and you basically have to do enough of this to break the wall between us and them, kind of thing, and it'll create a giant hole that just kind of spews all these ghosts out. So there is a bad guy that you can actually focus on rather than like something's coming kind of thing, or like no bad guy kind of deal. The original one, it was just ghosts were around at that point-ish. The equipment got updated, which I kind of didn't like, but at the same time I did, because it's a new look on things. The proton packs are still the proton packs, and you see the evolution of them. Like the first one's a giant cart, and it's hard to use, it's bulky, it's not very mobile, and the girl that actually makes the cart is actually kind of like, she's more like Egon but eccentric, and she winds up like figuring things out and making the proton packs and all that kind of stuff, and updating things and making other gadgets, but she's very like weird to be around. She's very socially awkward. Great cast though. This isn't a stop sign, man. Oh. They're turning, I gotcha. It's not the old cast reskinned, which I liked. There's a bit of personalities that you can see in a lot of them, but it's not like, oh, this person is this person flat out. The whole entire cast was absolutely awesome. I loved the character that played Patty. She did very well at not coming off overly ghetto. Oh yeah, the people that gave like such a fucking hissy fit about like, you can't change the cast of women, this is bullshit, that's not. Like I grew up with Ghostbusters as well. I had a proton pack, I had action figures, I had the fucking Firehouse and the Ecto-1 at like toys, and I cannot thank the studio and Mr. Aykroyd more for doing such a good job on this reboot. It looks like there will be another one, or they left it open for a sequel. There was definitely sequel bait in there. I left the gym, I realized when I got home, after I got home, and took the helmet off, my camera was not connected to my microphone, so that was an error on my part. So, as I was saying, character development was actually really good in that movie. You kind of had a few wannabe heart-to-heart moments and all that kind of stuff with people like Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy, which I keep wanting to call her Kathy Bates for some reason. Figure it out, man. There we go. How they wound up being friends and all that kind of stuff, and it was really good. Overall, I would definitely give it like a solid 7, if not an 8. An 8 for what it is. Because it's very... It hits the nail right on the head of where it's supposed to be. And there was a few things that I kept wanting to do, but shouldn't have in general. Like, when you meet all the characters, you're like, oh, which one's, you know, Venkman, which one's Egon, which one's Spangler, or what is his name, Winston, what's Ray, or who's Ray, kind of thing. Like, you're trying to identify one of the old characters with the newer ones, but that's really not how it is at all. You get a lot of aspects of like a lot of the characters in all of them. And they do have a stronger set for people. Like Kristen Wiig is more like a mix of Ray, or not Ray, but Egon and Peter Venkman, who was Bill Murray. Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd's character in the last one. And it's very good as far as that goes, because Peter was really the face of the group. And he would talk in layman's terms to people, and he did really well with that. He had his own TV show, I guess, in the universe. But all the other ones were very like, science, nerd out! But you don't understand why, kind of thing. And Peter was always the one that was like, he was the ladies' man, you know? He was the nerd that could look normal for the 80s. God, the clouds look awesome today. I will say, Texas has some very nice skies, and when the clouds actually show up, it's really cool. Otherwise, it's just blue and hot and miserable, and I still, don't get me wrong, I still love the heat. Right now, I'm sweating my balls off, but my bike right now thinks it's 109, so I know the heat index is pretty high. And if it was either this or Washington, yeah, I'd pick this any day of the week. But either way, I hope I covered all my points. Everybody's character was good. The cinematography was nothing to write home to mom about, but it held up. It was not very artistic. It was your standard kind of movie. The effects were great. Script writing was pretty solid. Overall, I'd give it an 8. So, goodbye.